shit.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Doing well.
Back to Who Do You Think You Are?
Episode 37.
Missed a week, but here we are. Okay.
It's a nice little intro.
Damn it, you made me laugh, bro. Trying to stop doing
We
that.
always start with a laugh.
Old habits die hard.
Die hard for sure.
We're joined in the studio today. We were gonna have a guest last week. You were gonna be there, and then something happened.
Yes. I canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Ron. Ron from you are the owner of the stand.
Yes. I'm one of the owners.
One of the owners of the stand.
It's me and my fiance that own the stand.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
I have.
It's a burger shop.
Yes, I've been to the Phoenix location. I think it's kind of on that same street where Rebel Lounge is, right? I think if you just keep, I don't know, my geography's so bad.
Yeah, it's on 36th Street in Indian School.
Yes, yeah. So I've been there twice, 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Have you been there before?
I've been to the Scottsdale one.
Yeah, we used to have one in Scottsdale. We closed it down, but we currently, we've kind of just focused on the 36th Street in Indian School Phoenix location right now, and the Scottsdale location, it was just not enough traffic. The movie theater, we thought it was going to be more of a draw, and it just wasn't. So
that's a hard area, that little like complex. There's so many restaurants and stuff in there. I feel like there's another spot in there on that corner that changes every like couple months.
I think that was us.
No, there's like also on a different corner where it was like a Mexican restaurant before, then it went like sushi. It was like, that corner? I don't know, every time I drive by there.
Oh, that corner.
That corner.
That corner, yes, of course.
Thank you. Yeah, so that corner changed a lot. How long has the stand been in Phoenix then?
We opened in 2013, so 6 years.
Okay, going strong.
Yeah, we're starting to pick up. It's finally spring, so it's season, so we're getting slammed.
Getting good.
So,
Yeah, that restaurant business is hard, man. What made you and your fiance get into that?
I don't know. To be honest, I've been working in restaurants since I was 15 years old. That's all I know. I'm 42 now, and so I've been doing it for a long time. And her family, I don't know if you've ever heard of Garcia's.
The Mexican restaurant? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old school restaurant. Her grandmother actually came from Mexico, and she opened a little cart on the side of the road, like in the 50s, and she just served enchiladas, tacos, burritos, whatever to her little neighbors and stuff, and they loved it so much that she ended up opening a little location in the shopping center, and that was the first Garcia's. And then she would stand there with the cart, and right by the cart she had her car parked right there, and she popped the trunk, and her little baby daughter was
oh shit.
There we go.
So, and her daughter grew up to marry a guy from New York who was came from a deli family, and he took it and expanded Garcia's to like 40-something restaurants or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And in the 90s, and then he ended up selling it. So, but that's her history. Is she comes from a family of restaurateurs.
Right on, so you kind of bonded over that. Kind of.
Yeah,
right
for
on.
sure.
So do you enjoy working in a restaurant? So since you're 15, is it like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything else. I've never worked at anything but a restaurant. In the kitchen and in the front of the house, I've done both. So it's all I know.
Did you start cooking from a young age, or when did you?
I started at 15. I started as a dishwasher, and then I was a prep cook, and then I moved to the front of the house. I was a host, and then a server. I did room service. I worked at this hotel for 8 years. From age 15 to 23 or whatever, and so I did everything pretty much.
Yeah.
I bartended for a long time, and then I worked at Houston's. I don't know if you've ever been to Houston's.
Yeah, I've never been, but I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I worked in the back of the house and the front of the house there, so I've been all over. Worked in nightclubs, worked in country clubs, So.
Are you from here?
I'm originally from Northern California.
What part?
Like Oakland,
right on.
Alameda Bay Area, yeah.
Right on. I'm from Tahoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, originally, but I've been out here for 20 plus years.
Yeah, 20-some years for me, too. We moved out here in 1989.
What brought you here?
Well, my parents.
And you're saying,
I had no choice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I was 13, and I didn't want to come here. I thought it was going to be like tumbleweeds and people on horses and stuff, and saloon doors.
You're not far off.
Yeah.
No. So, we just... we moved here in '89, and I went to Arcadia High School, you know, here, and so yeah, I guess I pretty much consider myself a native.
Right. Yeah. If you've been here more than 20 years, you're pretty much.
I spent most of my life here, so.
When did you decide? Like, when did you get the ideas of wanting to start a business? Was that something you wanted young, or did you, as you got a little older, you're like, I should just do my own?
No, I wanted to play in the NBA. To be honest.
Okay.
You know, I've always
You got the height.
Yeah, I'm 6'5". So
Yeah, man.
I wanted to play basketball.
It's never too late.
Obviously, you know, it's like it's a little
Don't give up on your dreams, bro. Do it.
I've already.
That's one thing we're adamant.
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think if there's anything I want to do in this podcast is turn you around and make you become a basketball player.
Baseball.
Yeah, well, you baseball player.
Me baseball.
Yeah, you're my little mijos. I want you guys to do good things.
No, yeah. So you know, I just
Did you play a lot of basketball? As you were growing up and all that.
Yeah. That's all I did was play basketball all the time. So that's what I thought I was gonna be doing. But obviously, it's 1 in a million chance. So reality strikes and own a restaurant.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
Who's your favorite like basketball team, basketball player, any era?
of all time.
Yeah, you have like a guy that you looked up to.
It was always Magic Johnson.
Oh yeah.
For the longest time. Now I don't really pay attention to basketball as much as I used to at all.
Yeah.
I watch more football than anything.
Gotcha. Man, 90s Bulls when I was a kid, I loved so much,
Jordan.
man.
That was like the whole generation was behind the
I know.
90s Bulls, man. Jordan, Pippen,
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un. He loves that Bulls team too.
I mean, that's that 90s era, right?
That's true. Is he our same age? Is that why?
Is he?
I don't know. He's got to be older,
A
right?
fucking dictator and he's 30?
Yeah, he's young. He's
Yeah,
30
he's-
something.
yeah.
I think it's like 35, 38.
No, so that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so he grew up on, he's like, yeah, Michael Jordan, Pippen.
course,
yeah.
Of course. Anyway, so back to, so basketball dreams fell apart.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do
Crash
this.
and burn.
Yeah. Like all dreams do.
Yeah.
It's a sad life. But anyways, then you're like, so what made you go like, I'm going to start a restaurant?
Yeah, because that's like one of the hardest industries to even like build up. It's a restaurant is
Failure rate and all that kind of stuff.
right.
It's
It's tough.
I guess just, working in a restaurant every day and, bartending or serving or whatever, and you look at the sales that you made, that you personally made, and you're like, I could have done this myself, and I don't know, I just, because it's something I know, I just figured it's the next logical step is to, own my own place, make the sales. I know how to make sales for somebody else, so why not do it for myself? So,
Right. Makes sense.
And I probably was in my late 20s when I decided to even start thinking about it. And I was writing business plans, and I came up with 26 concepts of restaurants.
Oh, wow.
And the stand was the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what made the other 25?
I just ease. Like, we just found the place, and my fiance Eva, she said there's this place over here for lease or whatever, and we looked into it, and it just fit, and we're like, look, what should we put here? Out of the choices we had. And the stand was just the perfect fit. So
you created all these concepts? You came up with them, the recipes and all the ideas, everything.
Menus. Gotcha. I have menus probably for 5 or 10 of them, and business plans for 3 or 4 of them. So the other ones are just rough concepts, but yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. What was your last job prior to starting the stand?
Actually, I worked at North on 40th Street in Camelback.
Okay.
The Italian place that was owned by Fox Restaurants.
Right.
And so I was doing that right when we were in the process of doing construction and stuff. I was doing both.
Oh, right on.
Are they not owned by Fox anymore?
No, the Cheesecake Factory bought them.
Oh, no shit.
That's what I heard, at least.
Really?
Yeah.
Fox is kind of selling a lot of their restaurants to kind of those big.
Yeah.
What are some of the other ones? I swear what was the other pizza place?
Oh, Sauce.
Sauce. Who they sell to?
I don't know who they sold to, but I know they sold.
Yeah, just some mega corporation.
I mean, he's a smart guy.
Would you sell to McDonald's?
Would I?
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Get that McDonald's money, baby.
I would take over McDonald's.
Yeah.
I think there's a better way to do it. What they do, but I'm not gonna lie. I like a little McDonald's every once in a while.
Yeah, do you have do you eat fast food often, or do you have a guilty pleasure for it?
Is this going out to the public? Because I don't want Ava to know. But yeah,
Because I haven't had it for a while, but a Big Mac with that added bacon, I mean, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been that hot and spicy, man. Hot and spicy.
No, I'm a big Wendy's fan, and also Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah.
is pretty fire.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I don't know.
Spicy deluxe sandwich, man.
Yeah, I'm all about chicken sandwiches. I'm not
too,
a
bro.
huge burger, even though I own a burger place.
That's funny.
I'm not a huge burger guy. So
Is that why you got sick of them, or is it because?
No, I never really been a huge burger guy. I just have this vision of how a burger should be in, and we try to do that every day at the stand. And
They're great burgers, by the way. Too.
I appreciate
It's a fucking delicious place.
Yeah, what is without giving away like secrets? What forms a perfect burger?
What's the secret sauce?
Yeah. The secret stand sauce.
Yeah.
That shit is really good, by the way. Sauce.
I think it's just the fact that to be honest with you, I just was watching TV one day. I was watching Scooby Doo, and I saw them, Shaggy and Scooby making one of their legendary burgers, and I just looked at it. And I'm like, that's the way that looks is the way the burger should,
Break
taste.
it down.
Yeah.
Break it down.
So
What's that look like?
yeah, exactly. And so we just said, I'm just like, wait a second, like, if every part of the burger is amazing, then the burger is going to be amazing. So I just took it and said the sauce has to be amazing. The meat, we grind our meat fresh every day ourselves so that we control
What meat
it.
are you using?
We use chuck and a little bit of short rib.
Okay.
We used to do brisket, but we just found that it wasn't necessary.
Gotcha.
That's our blend, and then I think the key is though we do everything by hand and we do it ourselves, and we just you can just tell the difference when you go to a place, and that's another thing when you go to like McDonald's, everything's in a box frozen, and they
Right.
never run out.
Right.
We run out, and people are pissed, but I'm like,
Yeah.
the reason why we're out is because we made it today for today, so that we don't have any left over for tomorrow, so
Exactly.
we can make fresh stuff. So if you come early, it's gonna be awesome. That's the key.
I know.
So yeah, just basically just all the ingredients. You just want to break that down. You need the
Yeah.
bread. What do you think? Is there one part of that that's the most important?
Marijuana.
That
Scooby-Doo.
for sure. That for
Scooby-Doo.
sure.
That's
Shaggy.
definitely the.
I'm a saucy guy. Like I think sauces are the thing that always kind of brings a dish to that next level.
sure.
And kind of takes something to this next point.
It's like the glue. Yeah.
Totally. That's a good way to look at it.
And it's not an adhesive.
No, exactly. We would hope not.
We would,
Could be. Oh,
then you'd be like McDonald's. Just
Yeah.
dude, back off McDonald's. We need that McDonald's money. We need that sponsorship.
we do need
money.
a sponsorship.
Yeah. Right now, it's just a stand. So.
Hey, we'll take it.
But I think the most important part of the burger is the meat. Obviously, that's the core of it, and usually the bun too. We use a soft potato roll. I think that just holds everything together. We use the freshest produce we possibly can. Even most restaurants, the Shamrock truck pulls up. Not gonna get Shamrock, but the big huge semi pulls up and drops off food or whatever.
Right.
And sometimes they don't have a vested interest in making sure that tomatoes are the best tomatoes they can be. They're just dropping you off groceries.
Right.
Well, Ava every morning, and like Pete saw earlier, she goes to the market and she looks herself and picks out what we're gonna serve that day. So
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So we take an interest in what we're actually serving, and so I think that is why you can taste the difference.
What market you guys go through?
We're not married to anyone. Whoever has the best quality for the best price, that's what we go.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
I missed a lot of that. I'm from Seattle, and there was a lot more of that kind of a farm to table thing there,
Yeah.
and the movement there. I think it maybe just because of the desert here that I feel like people don't do it as much, even though the options are still there. You can still do it, but I don't know. I'm still new to this food scene too. I've been here for like 5 or 6 years. How has it been as you've grown here, working through restaurants and watching it expand? Do you see like any common themes?
I think this place is awesome for restaurants. I think like there's some really good operators doing some really awesome work in Arizona and specifically in the valley. Like I think we're underrated. We're super underrated for what we do, and I think we're just growing and I'm excited to see what the new chefs and the new culinary people what they're coming up with. It's crazy. It's
Do you have any like favorite spots right now, or?
Like I said, I used to work at Houston's. My favorite restaurant of all time is Bandera, which is owned by the same company, and they just do it right. And,
I don't think I know that place.
And it's on Scottsdale Road. It's in Old Town, right by the Pink Pony.
What's it called?
It's called Bandera.
Bandera.
Yeah, it's excellent. It is and it's not like this pretentious place. It's just good food and a good atmosphere, great service. It's just everything you want in a restaurant.
What kind of food is it?
It's a lot like Houston's. But it has like maybe like a southwestern kind of twist to it.
Okay.
So it's excellent.
Houston's French dip for me is it's so good.
Yeah. If you like Houston's and you like the consistency and the quality of it, you'll love being there.
I'll have to try it. I'll have to try it out.
And actually, my other favorite is what's it called? Barrio Cafe. Not the Barrio Queen, but Barrio Cafe on 16th Street. I believe it's on 16th Street. But that
is that owned by the same?
Well, I think she opened the Barrio Queen, but I think she cut ties with them. I don't know what happened, but in my opinion, that chef, Chef Silva, she is the best chef in Arizona.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's just excellent food. So.
Have you ever been to Barrio Cafe?
I haven't. Only Barrio Queen.
My friend Shane, actually, he was on a couple weeks ago. He's told me great things about it.
It is amazing, in my opinion. It's amazing. It's excellent.
What's your favorite food? Like, let's say, like what do we always say? What is it when you're on death row? Your final meal.
Yeah, your final meal. What,
yeah,
if
you just murdered 12 people, and now you're in a cage.
It would definitely be like the largest meal of all time. Just like
that's smart. That's fucking genius. Like, I'm not done. You wasteful son of a bitch.
Something I can eat very slowly and take my time. Savor.
That's a good answer.
That is a good idea. I would have thought of that. So, I just said my mom.
So what do you think it would be? What would be the slowest food to eat?
Yeah.
What would it be?
I don't know.
It'd have to be very hot or something like that. Or it's like, I'm just cooling down the soup. I want to burn the roof of my mouth. We're about to execute you. Yeah, but I don't want to burn the roof of my mouth.
Burn the shit out of your scalp. What do you care about the roof of your mouth, man?
You guys are sick.
Yeah. You also did murder 12 people, so.
Yeah, but, there's mental health issues that weren't addressed. So
true.
Past trauma.
Maybe some antidepressants involved.
Exactly, maybe.
Right.
Speaking of antidepressants, did you see that ketamine just got FDA approved?
FDA approved.
Nasal
it's a nasal spray.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. Special K just. You have to be on another antidepressant and able to get it. So you need to have two.
Kind of
that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. That's a lot of depression. I actually saw a commercial the other day, which I don't watch television often, but they were selling an antidepressant I didn't know that was a thing. It's like they piggyback off each other. It's like you take this in order to make it. Yeah, exactly.
With paint.
Yeah, I mean, if that works for people, that's great. That seems like a lot of medicine. That's crazy.
I know, man.
But that's where we're going. We're all overly medicated. Everybody has 15 pills to take, and I mean.
Everybody's on Adderall. Everybody's on something. And, I mean, I don't know. I've been on some.
I blame soccer moms.
Why is that?
They started it, man.
You can't blame one class of people.
One class of people. I mean, Trump does it all the time.
Yeah, but you're not Trump.
That's true.
Are you? You follow politics or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Keep up with some news articles.
Yeah.
Do you have a side on North Korea, the wall, what's going North Korea?
We have a very good segment here. It's called Wall Talk.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the wall, which is ridiculous. People are talking about it. I don't know. It's a crazy thing. It's a. How do you feel about having a wall separating?
I just want to be on the side of the wall where we win, whatever side that is.
That's also smart, man.
Man, you got all this insight.
You're locked and loaded with those.
It's almost like we prepped you for it. Say this next.
Next time, read this a little bit clearer. How's it feel like having a business and having employees and kind of being a job creator?
I always say the best part of my business is my people. Mm-hmm. And the worst part of my business is my people.
Yeah.
Because, it's a lot like being it's like a family. And so you feel like if the father, there's always some issue coming up with something. But, I guess that's the beauty of it is just being able to solve problems. If you didn't have these challenges, then what's the point of living, And so, there's been since in 6 years we've had people have babies, we've had people that have died, and we've had it's been crazy the spectrum we go through, but I just think it just forces you to live because it's the business itself is this baby that you have to constantly feed and take care of, mm-hmm. and within that there are these people that depend on basically they're looking to you to make the right decision so that you don't fail. and that they can continue to get a paycheck and feed their kids. So
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, is there a lot of is there a lot of pressure behind that?
Yeah, it definitely can be, but I mean at the same time, it's nice to know that like this person feeds their kids because we have a place, we provided a place. Before the place was there, before the stand was there, you know, that job creation, that you know, vehicle for them to do that wasn't there. I mean, obviously you can get a job somewhere else maybe, but you know, if I try my best to provide a place where you would want to work, you know, not that you just work, but you actually want to be there.
Or you enjoy it, yeah.
How do you achieve that?
I think it's just, you know, well, to be honest, you know, we try to do things the opposite of what other places do. You know, they put their, you know, they put the owners first a lot of times, and then it's the, you know, the community, and then it's the customers, and then it's the employees. Well, we flipped it upside down. We say employees first,
Gotcha.
then the customers, which sounds crazy.
Right.
But if you really think about it, you know, the restaurant business is built on regulars. You know, and you, if you don't have regulars, you're gonna die. You need people to return, right?
Right.
Well, the most regular people that we have that come in our building every day are our employees. They're there every single day. They come there no matter what, and they take care of our business. So I take care of them first.
Nice.
If I take care of them, then they take care of the customers. And if they take good care of the customers will eventually take care of me.
There we go.
So I just feel like it's a cycle. Like, take care of the right people. Stop. You know, I feel like it's kind of
prioritize.
Yeah.
Prioritize.
You take care of the right people, and you'll win. You'll be fine. You know?
That's the problem with like even on a bigger scheme of that. That's how I feel like the government is failing of just like not looking out for the right classes of people. While you see like the Amazons and Netflixes make billions of dollars and pay zero federal tax, when there's all these things that we could help out with, you know, education or healthcare and all these things where instead you're just like, oh well, I'm taking the easier route to make more money or for this. But in the long scheme of things, you're much more likely to be hanging around if you're not taking these shortcuts and trying to undercut people, you know?
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's a cycle. You take care of the little guy, and you take care of the people that he takes care of. Put him in a position to take care of the people that he needs to take care of. Then you'll start to see Amazon will still be fine because we'll still have a bunch of customers that now are, you know, have a means to give them the money anyway, and it works out. It needs to be, in my opinion, you know, the priorities need to be flipped.
Yeah,
you know?
change. Look at a different person. Look at the I agree, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
How you been? How's your week?
It's good, man. It's been off for 2 weeks.
Off for 2 weeks.
It felt weird. I felt a little disconnected. I was like, I don't know.
When we skipped last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too, man.
Just like, no, but then after this week, like, since not doing it for a while, I was kind of like, I just, like, didn't feel like, I was like, I hope I still have, like, the beats to it and kind of, like,
fall into the same rhythm.
Yeah, because I feel like we kind of started hitting a good thing of communication.
Cadence.
Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know if it's because my screen time's been, like, I got down to, like, 30 minutes average in this last week.
Screen time?
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. I feel like that might be a weird disconnect where I'm just, like, kind of more. Do you have,
that's per day?
Yeah.
Because I don't even look at that. I don't even know.
Do you have an addiction to technology?
I mean, I'm not on social media or anything like that.
That's beautiful.
Sorry, guys. I was on my phone the whole time. What were we talking about?
No, I'm not personally on it. I just do it for the business.
Yeah.
But just even doing it for the business, I'm finding like I'm getting sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So addicting.
It's scary, man. You can just sit there for mindlessly scrolling for hours.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, double tap, you know, or follow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I hate too is like I'll get into rhythms with it and I'll be like, I'll make exactly. But also there's sometimes I'll be looking through and they'll actually give me nice news articles and stuff like that. And I don't know how to you can't choose your own filter what they're going to show you. So then sometimes I just feel like I'm scrolling through so much worthless stuff to find any little pockets of gold. And I'm like, this is a waste, you know? So I try to be aware of it. But I do love technology too. Samsung just had that like foldable phone and tablet.
That's crazy, bro. That's pretty insane. It's like this foldable tablet, right?
So it's like the size of a phone, maybe a little bigger than
the screen folds too.
Yeah,
the screen folds, and then you can like fold it out to like a tablet. It like folds into like a phone size, and then you fold it out to like a tablet size.
It can be yours for $2,000.
Yeah.
But hey, people dropping the money, man.
It's crazy. Like, who would have guessed that like 10 years ago? Like, you're gonna buy a $1,200 phone.
I know. Yeah.
What kind of phone are you rocking?
It's an iPhone. I know that. I don't know.
Are you a caser?
XRS something. I don't know.
Oh, he's a caser.
Okay, caser.
Is that bad? I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
Did I do something wrong? That's
safety
okay.
first.
yeah. We're no casers here in the
right.
Who Do You Think You Are studios. We live on the edge.
I want to take this time to apologize.
How about you? How was your week been, Pedro?
Good, man. It's last week was
Yeah, what happened? Because you called me crying on Wednesday.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It was
He definitely didn't want you to say that.
I was gonna roll with it, but then I was like, so have you ever heard of the Couvade syndrome?
Couvade.
Yeah, I think that's
Is that
how you
like
say it.
Qdoba after you eat too much burrito and you need to take a nap?
No.
Okay, sorry.
So I was feeling very dizzy,
Uh-huh.
and I puked a couple times.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was really great. So I didn't want to bring that into the studio and spread it around.
Thanks, man.
But the Couvade syndrome is when you experience
Nothing.
yes.
A stand burger.
Oh, no. There we go. That's not what we need.
No, come on, dude, don't promote that.
What?
Puking and feeling
Oh,
dizzy after a
I
stand.
meant more like a moment of, clear. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't think about the side effects.
Yeah.
If there's side effects to clarity.
So it's when you experience pregnancy symptoms,
Oh.
like
As a guy.
as a guy from the partner,
Huh.
because big news, we're pregnant.
What?
Ta-da!
Yeah, Pedro.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, you experience like all this dizziness, vomiting,
So you have morning sickness.
morning sickness. Yeah, that's what it was. So
Huh.
I was being a little bitch.
Is that a
last
common
week.
thing? Is that a common thing? Like, does that happen for a lot of people?
It's not recognized as a syndrome,
Uh-huh.
but
Oh, you
it
just made
happened.
it up,
to me.
basically.
No, fucking Google that shit.
Oh, so it's not actually
Google.
real? Like, can you actually do that?
WebMD.
Or are you just trying to, like, connect WebMD dots?
He's just trying to get Wednesday off.
That's smart, Ash Wednesday.
Kudo syndrome.
No.
Obscure thing I found on Wikipedia.
Somebody just wrote it up and shit.
Well, nice. Well, congratulations. How you feeling?
Thanks, man. Scared,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
nervous, but we're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hope for a healthy baby.
Yeah, I feel like that's the scariest thing, right?
Married 2 weeks ago.
No, man. That's
Yeah, just trying to, when you have like a bucket list or something, just trying to cross all this shit off or something. It's not a fucking marathon. It's a marathon, bro. It's not a sprint.
It's a sprint.
Like, I'm trying to get this,
This, and that.
and then I'm done. And then you can just relax, watch Netflix.
I'm
and then-
retired.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it works.
Well, nice, man.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what happened last week. That's why, I mean, if I would have come in, I'd have just been fucking in my head, dizzy, and not really participating in this conversation at all, and it would have probably been shit.
And now you are
And puke.
participating. Yeah, shit and puke.
Shit and puke.
Two nice things.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
Well,
yeah, that's some exciting, shotgun wedding.
We're glad you didn't make it.
Yeah. Have you been keeping up with what's going on in Venezuela at all?
no, I haven't.
No.
What is happening over there?
Bro.
About the dictator and
Maduro or
us.
whatever?
Huh?
Maduro.
Maduro, like, not supporting his people, and he's not trying to accept any aid at all from, like, the United States or even Mexico.
Right.
But I think the United States is just trying to get in there and,
Give them democracy, baby.
yeah, everybody needs
Yeah,
a little
everybody needs a little
democracy.
bit of democracy.
And Putin and fucking
Yeah,
China, they don't
like
want
that.
it, man.
They're like,
Because they're so invested in all the oil. Because, dude, Venezuela is like an oil-rich country. Like, it's very wealthy. Was that Noki?
Yeah, he's,
He's always putting in his 2
he
cents.
loves Russia.
Yeah.
He loves Russia talk. Why is oil? I mean, do you see the Tesla car? It's like $35,000. It's their first model of like the affordable.
Yeah,
one.
the economic
The
version.
Model 3 or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. How do you feel about
Super
electric
cool.
cars?
I think I want one.
Yeah,
I'll take one.
yeah. I mean, it should be the way of the future. Like, if we have cleaner energy, why not?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
You guys do any like green energy kind of things at the stand? Are you like do you have like a little green thumb on you?
Not yet, but I've had a lot of thought and ideas about what to do in the future and stuff, and we'll see. It kind of depends on how the stand does first. And
Yeah, supporting local farmers is already a great start to
Yeah.
that. I mean, just doing that alone.
So there's ways that I would love to, go completely. To be honest with you, here's a question that I don't understand is why, we're in Arizona, right? Mm-hmm. Why isn't every parking space covered and have solar on it?
I say that all the time too. Why is there not more solar power in Arizona?
Yeah.
It should be everywhere.
But not even solar, just even the fact that if everybody got into a cool car, it's Arizona. Like your car should be covered. And I think about it sometimes. Nobody would run their AC as much as they in the summertime because their car's cool. Like,
true.
Why isn't every single parking space covered?
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never thought about it that way.
It should be,
Yeah. Yeah, Arizona's terrible with that kind of stuff.
If I was the governor, I would, or whoever is in charge of this stuff, I would, do that, and I would put solar on everything, and then we'd probably make so much solar energy we could sell it to California, and everybody here would probably not have to pay a bill.
Right. That'd be the amazing thing. But
I guess they
want that money.
And APS, they don't want that.
APS would not like that at all.
They would love it if they were in control of it.
Yeah, if they got paid the money.
Well, wasn't
for
that
it.
what
and that's fine with me? I don't care.
Prop 127 was last midterm
November?
elections? Yeah, last November. It was in support of greener energy, with working along APS. APS.
Yeah.
Would go greener, and your bill would go up, but it'd be towards this more efficient, more green, sustainable energy.
I think that's the problem that we have is people don't want to invest. Everybody's afraid of paying. Like, your bill's going to go up now, but in the future, you might not have a bill.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Short-term pain for long-term gain.
Yeah, but nobody wants to go through the pain.
So. Yeah. I want to go through the pain, baby.
I like pain.
I love pain. There's another thing going in Tempe, the hands-free phone law with the car. Where you get to take. That'd be. I mean, that's such a good thing. That should happen.
Well, that's been.
It did.
Did it pass?
They passed it. They made it immediate, and so the first offense you get a $100 fine.
Yeah.
The second one's $250, and the third one's $500, and after that it's $500.
That's. I mean, I hope that should be enforced. I hope it actually happens. And
It should be everywhere.
Takes it. I know it was a lot of the West Coast states. I know it was happening for. Then
well, I know California has got.
Yeah, Seattle's been in 12 years, 10 years or something.
Yeah, they've had it for a while.
But.
Yeah, I think this month the cops are pulling the people over and they're just giving them warnings, just an educational month, and then they're gonna do it. So. And
then if they're attracting me, slide me into your DMs, see that you're on your phone, see that you're on, find me. So it's good for cops too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know, good for them. So anyways, you have a food truck too, which is cool. I have a culinary background too, and I wanted a food truck. That was my young 20s thing I really wanted to do. I feel like I kind of missed the food truck bust to be because there's so many more laws and regulations against having one and zoning because the National Restaurant Association is kind of against them because there's brick and mortar places paying rent and these kind of food trucks just going wherever they want then making money from. Have you experienced that at all? How long have you had it for? I guess to start there.
I don't even know, 3 or 4 years or something. I think 3 years, but no, we don't have any issues. As long as you get permits and you're good with the health department and doing everything the right way, then you shouldn't have an issue. The only problem is in Scottsdale. I guess Scottsdale's really strict on having food trucks, but Phoenix, I think Tempe's cool with it. There's a lot of cities.
It's just Scottsdale's, man.
Yeah, Scottsdale's hardcore about everything. But
fucking Scottsdale, man.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I get it because Scottsdale's a nice place, and the way they keep it nice is by having these rules that it's kind of like an HOA for the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but food trucks enhance cities and communities, don't they?
They could. I mean, I can see where people could be generate a lot of garbage and just toss it everywhere, and I can see there being an issue, but or people not keeping up their food trucks and it's kind of an eyesore. Scottsdale.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I don't know. I love food trucks.
Yeah.
Do you use yours a lot, or is it something you use for catering and events and stuff?
Yeah,
that?
we mostly just do private events like weddings, graduations, parties, and stuff like that. But we've been doing more breweries because a lot of them tap rooms. They don't have kitchens.
That's smart.
So we do that, and then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the stand itself, parked. I'm sorry about that. Parked at the stand in the parking lot, we actually do Taco Tuesday, and so we sell tacos off the truck. And then on Wednesday we do Wing Wednesday, so we sell wings off the truck. So we do all the burgers, fries, and shakes like we normally do inside. and then the drive-through. But we just add that extra like dimension on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Nice.
I love wings. Let's hear. What's your like favorite wing? What's you got a?
I like to be honest, we don't do like all these different sauces. We do one. It's kind of like, you know, if you look at our menu, it's super simple. We don't mess around too much.
Right.
So we just got in, you know, basically in the lab and just did one sauce that we thought hit on every, you know, it's sweet, a little bit sweet, not super sweet.
Every taste bud.
Yeah, and so you got the savory, the spicy, you know, but it's not too much of each thing. It's just a good balance. And
Nice.
Is it like a buffalo sauce or?
I can't describe it. They call it like.
I see what he's trying. He's just trying to get people out there.
I mean, it sounds good. I want it right now.
I do too.
They call it like a honey lava. It's not
Wednesday.
super. It's not super sweet at all, but you can just detect some sweetness. And then the spice doesn't get you. You're like, this is not spice, and then it slowly like just creeps, and you're like, oh, these are kind of.
And
spicy.
are all these recipes or your forms of creating the burger your own like?
Yeah, me and Ava, we both, you know,
Right
we just try to, you know, like I said, we just keep it simple so that we can, you know, focus on the ingredients and really respect the ingredients and just try to make sure they shine
That's
through.
very smart as a restaurant.
Yeah, the sweetness to the spicy. That's my. I love
I
those
get
contradicting flavors.
You like zips, zip
Yeah,
wings.
they do that well.
Yeah.
But I love that kind of slow creep. How do you feel about like sharing recipes with people? Like, are you an open book with people when you like with your employees or with people that you other chefs? You're like old school like.
Yeah.
It's like the Vatican.
Yeah.
No, it's. I mean, I think if you got a burger, you can pretty much, you know.
Kind of guess enough what it is.
But I mean, no, we don't go out our way to, you know, advertise and make sure everybody knows what.
How about like your employees do it? Like, is it you keep a small amount of people that know how to do it there too?
No, I mean we just if you want to make our stuff, then go do it. Like, I don't know. It's not rocket science. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's the actual recipes that matter. It's just the fact that we are willing to put in the work. That's the thing that makes us different, I guess. Is, you know, you go to another place and they take frozen fries out of a box and put them in the fryer.
Right.
We cut the fries and blanch them and there's like a 19-step process to making fries.
Right.
You know, but and then I'm sure my workers are like, are you kidding me with this right now?
Exactly.
I can go down the street and just, you know, grab a box from the freezer.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think that's the secret that makes it better.
Hand-cut fries are the best.
You know, and I think that's what, if you want to go do what we do, fine. You're going to be doing a whole bunch of work doing it. That's cool. You know, so that I think that's what it is more than anything. It's just we do everything from scratch by hand. You know, when you order a shake at the stand, we scoop the ice cream. We are hands, you know, spinning it. It's not coming out of some machine. You know, so you know, everybody that works there hates me for it, but I mean they agree. These are the best shakes.
Best results. Yeah.
So that's the secret. So no, there's no like proprietary thing. I think that is the proprietary thing. It's just human care in the work you put out, you know.
Yeah, there's some chefs that are like
craftsmanship, I guess.
Old school, like grandmas, stuff like in those kitchens, like they won't let you near anything or know, like even some of the ingredients. Like I've been in kitchens before, it's like you can't even like know the spice blend that they make, like for a blackened seasoning or something like that.
Yeah, I mean we do keep, you know, we don't want other people to replicate what we do, so we do keep some stuff, you know, to ourselves. But I mean, like I said, it's
it's not rocket science, but you know,
that's not the important part. It's the work putting it, you know, that we put into it.
Right.
And that's the thing that sucks about the stands, kind of in a way that I didn't think of until we opened, is everybody thinks of us as this fast food place, and we do so much more work than a fast food place does to try to get it out fast like they do, and we can't. We have to go through all these steps to make it right, and in doing so, we slow ourselves down. And so,
do you find yourself explaining that to like customers? Like, well,
we used to in the very beginning. People were like, "What? Like, what are you doing in there?" Like, you know,
it's a burger, man. Come on, just flap it on the grill, just bring it out.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of people that just did not understand. But now, like, we get, like, all of our people that come through now, they're just like, they get it. They, like, know what it is. They expect it because, you know, that's what it takes. They know what it takes now. And so we don't get too many, you know, complaints or issues about that. Sure, people still say it takes a while or you know, compared to another place. But there's times when I sit in, you know, or I shouldn't say this, but I sit in and out, you know, drive through, and it takes a while.
Oh,
That's true.
You know, and so I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a second, you know, but In-N-Out too, I respect them because they kind of do what we do, you know, they take more time and they put the work in, you know.
For sure, yeah. Would that be like? Would you say In-N-Out is like one of those? I guess a place that does it well, at a big scale.
I love In-N-Out burgers. I'm not a huge fan of their fries.
Yeah,
but I love their burgers. I think their burgers are great.
I wonder what kind of meat that they use. Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think somebody grinds it up for them, so it's their proprietary
outsourced.
thing. Yeah, it is outsourced. They don't do it in house. I don't think you can at that scale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think when they first opened in the 40s or whatever, I think they obviously did it themselves. But you know, when you're that big, there's no way.
Are they from the 40s?
Yeah, they were just before McDonald's.
Oh goddamn! Oh, before McDonald's?
Like a couple of years, I think.
The OGs.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Do you ever see the stand becoming something like that, or would you ever want it to become anything like that?
For the longest time, we just wanted to be this. Honestly, we just wanted to be this little tiny place on the side of the road, and maybe you serve a customer an hour. You know, that's what we thought, and then it blew up, and we had a line out the door and around the building, and we couldn't keep up with it. But and so I didn't expect that. But we've been approached by a lot of people to we should do 100 of these and all that, and we're kind of like our menu. We're simple. We don't need all that. If it comes and it's a opportunity that we can't pass up, then sure we'll explore it. But we're not. We're organic. You know, we try to grow things as they grow. You know, we did the grandstand because we saw an opportunity and we learned a lot from that experience, but I just feel like, you go slow, just do what you do and see how it works. Like even In-N-Out, like I said, they've been now around since the 40s. I think they have like 300 In-N-Outs. There's 45,000 McDonald's or something.
Yeah, right.
And they were just a couple years apart. They In-N-Out just goes
Yeah, that
slowly.
is crazy. I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I think we'd rather go the In-N-Out route and take that model and just do it at our pace and keep it, that way you can keep your hands on the quality and make sure it's going correctly.
Are you a goal setter, or like what do you want to see happen next? Or what's the best way to live? Is it better just to say, I'm going to go in there today, make the freshest, best food I can, and try to serve people? Or do you try to say, I want this, I dream for this?
I used to be a goal setter, but now it's just trying to get through the day each day.
I feel you, man. I fucking feel that.
So, no, I'm just trying to keep my head above water half the time. So, no, one day I'll be able to set some goals again. But right now, it's just to make it through this day. So.
I think that's what we're all striving to do.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's just like you are in charge of more lives than you were before.
Where that pressure kind of comes in, you're like, oh, yeah.
But it's fun. It's a fun thing. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love doing it. Like I said, we've done it for 6 years now, and we want to continue to even though it's a slow pace, we want to continue. So.
Do you cook at home and stuff often, or are you too burnt out to really do that?
I hate cooking at home, and not because I hate cooking. It's because I hate doing dishes.
Cleaning, yeah. I was gonna say.
If you were to what is your best? Like, do you have a dish that's your favorite that you would do at home, or something like, maybe not even high scale, like but.
I like experimenting. I think I make I like experimenting a lot, but I think I make a pretty mean grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay.
Ooh,
nice.
Classic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, you put me up against anybody in grilled cheese style. And
I think your simplicity is what makes the stand and makes you who you are.
I did this one grilled cheese one time, and it's with fontina cheese, blackberries, compote, and black pepper bacon.
It sounds like there's some marijuana involved.
And a little basil. It was like Food and Wine or something like that. It was amazing.
Really?
It was so good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not the classic, but
no,
I'm
sounds cool.
Yeah.
Experimenting.
Yeah.
Do you keep up on food trends and stuff now, or are you active, I guess, in kind of the food scene and the food world?
We're not really into trends. We're just trying to be classic.
Okay.
If you think about the stand, a few companies come to mind: Coca-Cola, Apple, computers, because they just do. Like when Steve Jobs went back to Apple, he said, "We're getting rid of all of our product. And we're going to just do one." And then that's when they came back, is because they just focused on one thing and did it well. And that's what we try to do every day. We just try to just focus on a few things and do them well. And that's it. like Quick Trip. I love the way that I like how they, organize these businesses have nothing to do with burgers, but I look at these. I look at Subway, how simple they're how they run their expense. If you sat at Subway and you just saw like how much it costs for them to do the thing they do, it's nothing. They're super smart.
So you got that businessman mindset. You're walking into Quick Trip and you're like, you've seen the marketing points like that. So, yeah.
And
you never get lost in a Quick Trip.
Yeah.
They're all the fucking same.
And the efficiency. You got like this one guy, he's like, I'll take you over here. And you're like, but aren't you taking... No, and I'll take you and I'll take you. And how are you doing this right now? But, it just works.
Did you like business stuff as a kid? Like, were you in business school or like, were you always kind of thinking that way or anything?
No. I was, like I said, I was all about basketball. So I was like trying to dumb it down and put it all to my muscles,
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with that in business and brand. But as you, get into business, then you just start seeing the world differently. You start seeing like, you start seeing like, and it's weird because you start to see like how even the human body is a business. Because there's an economy to breathing in and breathing out, and how much calories you take in, and there's a business to everything.
For sure.
And so you just don't think about it. It's revenue and expense. That's all business is revenue, how much you take in, and how much you spend. That's literally all it is.
I love that analogy that you used with like how it's like your human body, because it's so true, and it's like things that you consume or the way you breathe or taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to go farther. You're going to feel better. You're going to be able to succeed or get to that next.
And all that's profit. That's what that means. Is the benefit that whatever benefit that you have after you've consumed and you've expended, whatever's left over is profit.
Yeah.
And that's literally all the business is.
Do you feel like I don't know if you judge other businesses a lot because you are a businessman, but do you go to places and you're like,
these fucking idiots.
I don't do that a lot with other businesses, but with restaurants, we go into restaurants, and it's not that we judge them and say like they suck or anything, but it's more like man, like I wonder why they did it this way.
You notice little things.
Yeah. I wonder why they did it. Why didn't they do this? Or that's cool how they did that. It's just and so it almost like I'll go with Ava to dinner. And it like almost ruins our experience because we're too busy. We can't
for
talk to each other because we're too busy looking at it.
That's the dinner conversation is just kind of just pinpointing everything.
It's then the shortcomings that I think that are frustrating because it's like the things that are so easy. Because those are the things that I get frustrated with in restaurants where it's like just. It's not even that food takes a long time. It's touching the table and communicating with, or making them feel welcome. Like it's those little steps, and I'm like. Yeah. Like, I'm cool. I get it. You're busy. It's like, even if you can't really pay attention to me, like, it's not a big deal. I'm patient and stuff. But then there's, like, those little things you're like,
but at the same
motherfucker.
But at the same time, I will say that we're definitely more, on their side. We because there's times when I just get it. Like, I know. We'll see, like, one server has 7 tables.
Exactly.
And I'm like, and everybody's pissed off. And I'm just like, you guys don't understand.
They're in the weeds.
Yeah. Like, there's no human way that they could handle all this, 7 They're doing the best they can,
Yeah.
Oh, so, man. Being deep in the weeds.
The most tables I've ever taken was, I think I took 16 tables by myself. And I didn't, and that was back when I had a decent memory. Before I started smoking a bunch of weed and stuff, but literally, I didn't write any orders down. 16 tables flying around, and my manager's like, "You need help?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm good." And that was a long time ago. If I did that now, I'd be in the corner in a ball crying.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, jump off a building or something. But now,
do you get stressed? Are you a stressful person?
I try my very best to be the complete opposite of that. And when there's stressful situations that come up, I try to find the calm and be the calm because as an owner, especially, all your people they're looking to see how you react to things. So if a stressful situation comes up. If you start freaking out, then the whole train's going to go off the tracks.
100%.
And I'm not going to lie. Have I had my moments? You better believe it.
Right.
But, I try my best to just to be the eye of the storm because the storm is going on around me. And if I'm not the eye, then everybody else on my team is going to just fall apart too, and it's going to make it worse.
Do you have any tips or like tricks that you'd use when you feel it coming on? Like you just breathe, you start counting your breaths. Do you?
It's just about
sing Elton John.
Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Always helps me.
That's what I do.
It's just about being, in the moment, but just mostly just thinking, just thinking one step ahead, and just eliminating everything else and just thinking about what's right in front of you and maybe what's next, and that's it. You know, when you try to take 5 things on, you're done.
That's exactly, because you start hearing all this noise and all this background, and it's like, okay, I'm going to focus this one ticket, we'll get that.
Yeah. And then it's weird, you'll have 25 tickets in front of you, but if you just focus on that one, you get it out. Because you can't work on the 24th or even the second one until you get that one out.
They're not even sitting down yet.
Yeah, so you just have to work on that one, and maybe just whatever you can do to on the second ticket, but that's it. That one goes. Then this next one goes. Then you look up and the window's clear, and you're like, everything's fine. We're gonna be okay. We made it.
I find myself like trying to calm myself with like running food or whatnot. There's like a ton of food on the window, and you're sitting there wiping plates, making them look clean, and getting them ready for the customers, and they're pushing more food out, and you just got to sit there and be like, okay, take a deep breath. I know there's a lot of food, but like you said, take this one order out. And then come back, wipe these plates, take that order, and it just all flows. Like, I like the analogy that you said, the eye of the storm, because everything's a shit show, chaos around you. But
there's got to be an eye. If there's a storm going on, there's got to be an eye somewhere. Find it and be it, and then then after that you can see what's going on. Because if you're in the storm, you can't see what's going on.
You just see the chaos.
I think what's interesting, because I meditate, so I learn through breathing, and then so when I get stressed out, I'm like, oh shit, I need to breathe. And it is interesting, so when you get stressed out, you do realize your body kind of like starts holding your breath more, or at least I find myself, I'm like, dude, you're not breathing.
Clenching your jaw.
Clenching your jaw.
Yeah.
There's these little things, so as soon as you just go,
okay. Yeah.
You're like, oh, like I'm not functioning, like I'm not feeding the right things to my body in order to succeed. So it's like it's crazy how small of a step that is.
That's the business of the human body again. There's the economy. You have an economy in breath. You take one in, you take one out. And if you clinch and you tense up and the tension is there, then your business is not running correctly.
Yeah. Maybe not at the stand, but in your other like years in restaurants, you ever see anybody buckle under the pressure, like any crazy story or anything that?
I've had my moments where I'm like almost about to walk out. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of. It's insane the amount of pressure that people don't understand that food service workers are under to try to make you happy.
I know.
It's insane and.
Well, it's dependent upon their tip too. Like
their livelihood is depending on you're right. Yeah,
it's that, and that's what's frustrating for me is when you're like an employee you're giving everything to like you're in the weeds, you feel this pressure, and then for somebody else's like dream or their vision, and then they're not aware of the pressure that is getting put on. You know what I mean? Or like being like thankful for it.
Why aren't we doing this? We have to. Fuck, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, they're just
I'm not even breathing right now. I'm biting my tongue. I'm bleeding. I'm swallowing blood in my mouth to try to get through this rush for you, bro.
Anything else I can get you? As blood spills on their fucking taco or whatever.
Yeah, I've had some high stress moments for sure. Yeah, I've walked out of some places. I've had exchanges with people, all kinds of things in restaurants.
I've been close to walking out. I never have actually walked out, but I mean, there's been times where I'm just like, why am I doing this?
Exactly.
And I can see it in my people's faces. And that's why I don't have that happen. I don't think I've ever had that happen, but it's because I know where they're coming from. I think a lot of times what you're saying, like when these people are like, you're gonna do this no matter what. I don't care what pressure's on you. And you're talking about your boss, whatever, is because they may never have been in your position. They've never been a server and had to have 16 tables and get their ass kicked. So they're just like, what's your problem?
Right.
And I've been there, so I can see it in their face, and I'm like, well, I need to take some of the pressure off of them, and that's why I have to stand. A lot of times when I'm working, I'm there. They see me working right beside them. I tell them all the time, anything that I ask you to do is something I would do myself. I ask you to clean toilets because the only reason I'm not doing it is because I have something else to do, but I would do it.
Right.
So they see me doing it, they're like, that's cool, I'll do it. And I think they're more fired up to do that stuff when they know that you'll do it too. When they know that you're right there and
you're not ranking yourself above anybody.
No, I work with them.
Right.
That's the way I see it. So.
Besides the crown, you wear a crown around, don't you?
Yeah, and then tilt a little bit.
Tilt it a little.
Clean the toilet. With let's say like company culture kind of going into employees. Do you see like this shift of kind of how we're learning how to communicate with each other now and how we've failed to do so in the past, whether it's like words that we say that are harmful or genders even, like, do you feel, is there like is like company culture is being aware of like how people are trying to, I don't know, the slippery slopes of Me Too and stuff like that. Do you see that?
No, we try to make a pretty clear baseline, when we do orientation for people to let them know that that's not, something that we accept at our, establishment. But I do notice that the new generation, their communication skills are it's just, I think it's because they're in front of these devices, and so I think I heard some podcasts where they said some babies now they can recognize facial, they can tell when somebody's sad or whatever, but they can't do it themselves. They can't emote. There's a lot of times when I have employees that they're like, I'm happy, and they just don't look like they can't.
Like
they don't
face.
know. Yeah, they don't know how to emote. They know when you're sad or whatever. So it's just weird. Like you're like, hey, like there's people coming in like let's act like we're
lively here. Yeah.
Resting bitch face over there. Come on.
it's like an actual like.
Pick it up, Johnny. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, before it was like a meme or like a joke. Now it's like a thing that actually people like can't snap out of. It's like.
It's almost because we consume so much, we don't know how to let our own feelings or thoughts out. So we just are kind of maybe overwhelmed. Maybe that's why you just kind of have like the dead look and just like always consuming, always taking in, and
never actually. And it sounds. I don't know, this is going to be a departure, but I saw that documentary about Michael Jackson the other day.
Dude, I watched it last night.
And Oprah Winfrey said something amazing, like that I thought was amazing. She said. She said no stars shine bright as Michael Jackson, used to. She was trying to take this generation and to explain to them how huge Michael Jackson was.
Right.
And she's like, the stars just don't shine that bright anymore. And I feel like that's the way it is. People don't emote maybe it's also that people, they need that quick fix. It's like, oh, that's cool, and then go to the next thing. So nobody is allowed to shine bright. So I feel like when people, in my company, when they're the kids, they don't know how to shine. They just know how to, like you said, consume and become and take in.
It's that quick little serotonin
instant gratification.
Right, that's what phones are brainwashing us to do.
What is this Michael Jackson documentary now?
So, Leaving Neverland. It's like...
Is it on Netflix?
God.
No, HBO. And it's about
no, it's on HBO.
Two guys that were sexually assaulted, and they tell the story. And it is... Whew! Yeah, it is dark.
It's heavy.
Is it?
Fuck.
It's hardcore.
Dude, I saw something today that radio stations aren't playing Michael Jackson anymore. And I talked to a friend. I was like, do you think like people are going to be like... his music's amazing. And even after I watched it, I'm like, smoking a little weed. Yeah, I'm just like singing. God damn, this fucking guys. Yeah. But
talking to the man in the mirror.
So it goes into like Neverland Ranch a little bit, and just a
lot of it. It goes into it a lot.
He was molesting kids,
yeah.
And a lot. I think it was out kind of like people were like, oh, I don't know if that's true or pish posh, but like there's like footage and the stories and the way that the ranch was set up and the rooms inside of rooms and the drills and and there's like even pictures and videos of him holding hands with these kids that are telling their story. Like that shouldn't have already been weird.
Yeah, it was just public. It was just like public knowledge that he's gonna hang out with this 12-year-old.
They're holding hands to the limousine and
and you're like, wait, like how can millions of people see this and be like, that's obviously there's something going on.
Oh, dude, it is crazy.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Dude, it was. Yeah.
I don't have HBO though because I'm poor.
Well, it was
steal my mom's.
It was you know what? It's such a huge deal that I don't know. I feel like they might release it in theaters or something, or put it on Netflix because it was at the Sundance Film Festival before it went to HBO.
Oh,
so gotcha. I have a feeling they might release it.
I don't know what the thing is with like R. Kelly and all these like superstars or like priests or like people with these high powers. They're just like, I haven't watched the R. Kelly one, but I'm interested in it. Just that story seems crazy too. Have you seen any of that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw the I
saw an interview that he was doing with this reporter.
Was he peeing on him?
Unfortunately, and she was of age, so he probably wasn't interested.
Just make sure my camera's dry.
He's like, I'm not into this. It's not the same.
You got the splash, resistant.
It's the beekeeper thing for the interview. I'm here with R. Kelly. Like, this is ABC News.
What's going on? And shit. No, but he was like heavily defending. Why would I do this? And he like breaks down at the end of the interview. And
well, that's what Michael Jackson came forward too, and there's like award shows and stuff too. And he's like, I'm not touching, the Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
I'm gonna have to
and
watch
just,
it.
But
Yeah.
fucking monsters, man. But have you ever heard of the theory? Is it like the castrato or something that his dad had his balls
Chemically castrated.
Yeah,
right?
chemically castrated
Yeah.
when he was
That's
young.
why he's able
Jackson
to
5.
reach like those high notes and,
Yeah,
and all that.
they used to do it for people that would sing, like little boys that would sing opera. So they would keep this super high pitch.
Yeah.
So the theory is that they did that to him after Jackson 5 to keep him at that star level or whatever. His dad was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he didn't go
Very
through
abusive.
puberty. His brain didn't never develop, which is why in theory they're like, oh, we're gonna hang out with little kids. Like it seemed normal to his brain at least, because that's also the thing that was interesting about it is, he was like
Did they touch on that on the
he was like in
documentary?
relationships
they
with
touched on a lot.
Oh shit.
yeah. Like, but he like had relationships with these kids. Like it was rape obviously because the kid doesn't know and he's like enamored by power. But like he would like loved these kids. Suppose
That's what he said.
that's what he said. But it
used
ends
to-
up just
Yeah.
circling through kids and kids and kids.
Yeah.
But I'm interested on like the Macaulay Culkin, like how he says still nothing ever happened to him. But like, do you think there's some people that are still like keeping secrets or they'll slowly come out like Cosby or something?
He's gone through a fucking shithole too. Like he's abused narcotics and like he's gone up and down in these like just waves of you could tell there's some trauma behind it.
Yeah.
I think what I noticed on the films is that he took his time. Like the grooming process took a while.
That's true.
And so maybe Macaulay Culkin got out of that before he really ramped up. I don't know.
That's what makes it creepier, huh? It's like premeditated.
Yeah.
You have to think of, okay, now I'm going to build a ranch, and then I'm going to build their guest home farther away across the lake.
There's some thought put into it.
He had a bedroom, then he had a bedroom upstairs for the kids, so there's the closet with another closet inside,
and
That's
the
creepy.
parents had their suite was like across the way so that they wouldn't be anywhere, and he'd almost like leave it like as a choice, like, oh, you guys want to stay with your parents tonight or you want to come with me? And I mean, of course they're gonna be like, oh, I get to hang out with Michael Jackson.
Could eat popcorn and watch movies all night.
Yeah, exactly. And so but I mean.
And then the blood on the underwear part. Oh, god damn it, dude.
You're giving it away.
Fuck. It was dude, it was
So, I don't know. It's
Are you going to listen
sad.
do you like Michael Jackson music?
I love Michael Jackson's music.
Do you think you'll still listen to it?
I'm definitely if I do listen to it, the thing that sucks is that's gonna be in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't separate it.
Yeah.
You can't separate the music and art.
And I hope that if this did happen to these kids, I hope that they find resolution, because it's just so selfish of an adult to take that from a kid like that. I think it's so self-serving, but in this society we live in now, that's what it is. It's all about the self. It's all about me. Selfies and everything else. And so I don't know. I feel like this might just end up being a blip on the radar, and everybody gets back to doing the moonwalk and listening to Michael Jackson.
If he has a good publicist, maybe.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, like on this topic too, have you heard of Abducted in Plain Sight?
That was fucking
Somebody
crazy,
told me to watch
bro.
No, what is it?
That was crazy.
This neighbor, also pedophile, moved in across his family, very premeditated, had a family with like the kids were friends with their kids.
Yeah.
And then he was infatuated by this girl that he saw, a young girl. And then he ended up like having sleepovers with her, then ended up abducting her in like an RV. And like he had this answering machine that would say we were aliens, that we need to create a child together, and you can't tell your parents any of this or they'll all disintegrate, and then you'll disintegrate. And he was drugging her,
he kind of blackmailed her, or like he didn't really, he like made her believe, like when he took her, he put her in the trunk or something, and next to her was this recording of like alien voice, and be like, you have to find the partner and the male companion in this world, and it's all premeditated, and like it's him recording this shit. And what tripped me out is like the first time because he abducted her twice.
Which is, now those parents, I mean, sorry, but what, those fucking parents.
Fucking idiots.
They allowed him to sleep over at her house in her room, 4 days a week. So he said,
How old was this girl?
was like 12.
Yeah.
How old was this guy?
He's a grown ass man.
50 or something.
Yeah.
50 years
He
old.
said it was like some trauma. His
Hold
therapist
on.
said.
He made all this bullshit up. Like his therapist said this would help him get over this traumatic past that he had and whatnot.
What would help him? Having
Sleeping
the girl
with
over?
Interacting with this 12-year-old.
As a parent, I'd be like, well, that's your problem. Go find
Hold
another
on.
one.
Right.
Hold on. He also blackmailed the parents because he had affairs with the husband and with the wife.
I'm sorry?
He had the husband jerk him
It was a
off.
family affair.
Literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so he had that, and he's like, if, you don't let me do this, I'm going to make this public or
So the parents are just as complicit. They were
right,
they were
exactly.
right.
It was
Wow.
this fucking
That's
mind fuck,
unbelievable.
bro. He just...
And you
It
know
was
what? That's
crazy.
actually in that leaving Neverland. The one of the biggest parts that stood out to me was the kid that he said when Michael Jackson was like crying in the room. He said he was so had such a childlike mind that he thought in his mind, the thought that crossed his mind was that Michael Jackson was going to turn into the werewolf in Thriller.
Oh, right.
shit.
You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
think about it, like as a kid, that makes
You're
sense.
so susceptible to all this
Yeah,
shit,
it makes
man.
sense.
Like,
So like when you said the thing about the alien voice, like at first you laugh because you're like, that's dumb. Why would you think it? But then if you think about a little kid, like that
yeah.
makes sense. Like
And being
Yeah.
drugged every day on this week-long
Right.
trip. I mean, I could be tricked into that. I mean, I could if I was drugged and I'd be like,
oh shit,
no.
you're taken out
It's
of
like-
the normal world that you're used to, and you're like all of a sudden thrown into like
Especially more.
you're an alien.
Yeah.
You're an alien,
Yeah.
and you have to find your human companion to procreate with, and
It's also
as a kid, bro, I'd have had sex with him too.
well, yeah, I'd be fucking terrified of my family dying or
Yeah,
finding
yeah.
out. I mean, it's like there's like the theory about younger kids or even animals, how they're in touch with like this other side of, whether it's ghosts or energy things or being
Right.
able to see into things differently because we haven't shaped that brain yet. We haven't said this is what this is. So you're easy to be manipulated because, I mean, we are all kind of manipulated to even think a certain way, aren't we? I mean,
Yeah,
even
for
in this
sure.
world,
like ads and
Even as adults.
wearing clothes is a
Yeah.
normal thing. It's not, but,
Right.
Yeah.
we've created that.
Yeah.
the construct.
Yeah. You have some kids, you said?
No, my fiance has 2 kids.
Oh.
They're 14 and 18. So
Any advice for this daddy over here?
I've never been ready, so I don't know anything about it.
Well, that's enough of kid talk.
Yeah, sorry.
A new segment, and who do you think you are?
Kid talk.
Kids out.
Let's talk kids.
No.
At least it's not Let's Touch Kids, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah, well,
Yikes.
are you religious or anything?
I used to be, but not anymore. I don't feel one way or another about religion. I don't even think about it, to be honest with you. I just think that the universe wants to be balanced, whatever that is. I think whatever you put out into the world, if you put out good, it comes back. But I also do believe that in my life, there's going to be some bad things that happen to me, and they're supposed to happen because I've enjoyed some good stuff in my life. So I feel like the balance is what's important. If you think, like, I feel like people, they suffer more when something bad happens because they feel like they deserve only the good. And
Why
I
is
just
this
don't.
happening to me?
Yeah,
Like, that
and I
type
just
of
don't.
mentality.
Yeah, and when something bad happens to me, I embrace it. Because I feel like when something good happens to me, I embrace it because that's life. Life is that.
It kind of goes back to like when we talk about that instant gratification where it's like you don't want to struggle to succeed because when you're working hard and you struggle through adversity or whatever, it's going to pay off in a bigger way at the end.
Yeah.
And, if something bad happens to you on the way to the top or through creating something, you're like, well, it happened, so how am I going to interact with this failure or this mistake? I'm going to say, oh, this is a lesson. This is the lesson to make me better and move on to the next part. But we don't want to learn these lessons. You want to avoid the lessons as often as you can because, your comfort zone will kill you.
I guess the closest religion that I've come to think it's not even a religion is Buddhism because it's just like it's like somebody actually just sat and thought, like, what is life? And they figured out that life is struggle. That's what life it actually means. The moment you're born, you're struggling to breathe. That you're struggling, and then the day you die, there's no more struggle. The struggle's over. So life is struggle. So that's the thing that people don't. Nobody wants to struggle, but that means you don't want to live.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's That's why when something bad happens to me, I don't get too sad or upset about it, because I'm just like, this is cool. Like, this is life. You know, and when something good happens to me, I don't get it. If I won the lottery, I'd be like this, because
You'd be going to work at Sand every day. You
yeah.
continue your normal life. That's, I think we've said that too. It's like, if I just, maybe I'd quit my job and focus more.
I would definitely quit my job.
Focus more on like my writing and what you want to and what that money, that freedom it gives you, you know. But it's still living and struggling, like you said.
I guess I just strive to be and to think as balanced as possible. I feel like that is what life is. When you're born, you breathe in a breath, and then when you die, you breathe out your last breath. And in between there, you're exchanging breaths. You get however many breaths you breathed in your life is how many you breathed out. So if you breathed a million breaths in, you breathed a million breaths out, you gave them all back. Like, it's balance.
Wow.
Like, that's what
nice.
Life's all about, you know? And if you can do that and have bad stuff happen to you and just know that means that good stuff's about to happen to you, you know? That's what that means.
Right. Or you'll feel it. Like, you have to feel bad to feel good. You'll never feel good if you've never...
Yeah, like when people say like I was sick and it sucks. When I'm sick, I'm like happy. Like when it's my birthday and I'm gonna be 43 next year, I'm like sweet. Like I can't wait to see what 43 is like. Like I don't get to this thing where I want to be 16. I want to be 43.
Yeah,
and then I want to be 44. You know, I want to experience the worst in life and the best in life, because that is life. You know, so that's how I.
And it's like, it's helpful to look at it that way and to teach, like, show that that's an idea of a way to live, because it's happening regardless. You're going to get older.
You can't do anything about it.
So are you going to hope and be upset that it's not the good old days? You're not 16. And it's like, no, that was a different chapter, you know. But at that moment of time, I know that I did it my best. And when I was 43 or whatever it is, I know that I breathed in, breathed out at, you know, a pace that I was happy with. I struggled, I overcame. But it's... Look on the positive side of it. It's easier said than done, obviously.
Yeah, it's work. It's definitely it's a struggle, you know, and that's what it comes down to. You're fighting every day to stay alive. You're fighting every day to remain happy. But that fight, that struggle, is what life is. A rock doesn't struggle to be happy. It doesn't have to. It just sits there. Well, if you're an animated being, you have to, in order to remain alive, you have to struggle. You're going to have to breathe in and breathe out. You're going to have to work to get calories into your body and you know, keep your heart beating, like, and keep your brain functioning. You have to work. There's no such thing as like just sitting there and having it happen. There's something, your heart's beating constantly, working, struggling to keep you alive.
It's kind of trippy to think about sometimes. Like, you were like, when you, I mean, this is a stone thought, but when you're just like, all these things in your body are just, I know, right? All these things in your body are just always blinking and always doing. Yeah. I remember, like, I was at Bible school one time, and they're like, that's God that makes you blink and breathe in and breathe out. I mean, God is a word for it, because it's just, I mean, the Buddhist thing is, like, you're not a slave to any God. You are the contraption that's breathing in and breathing out. So it's weird, though. You're like, we're all just moving parts, always constantly changing and evolving, and you can try to find comfort by thinking back, or just keep on keeping on, you know?
Yeah, because that's only, in the end, that's the only choice you have, is to keep on keeping on until you die. Because one day you are going to die, and when you die, you can't keep on keeping on anymore. I'm so sorry.
So no existential crisis?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing about religions. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what my religion is? I don't know.
Are you scared, though? Do you ever, like, get fearful of it?
I used to. But now I just accept, like I said, I just embrace it.
Yeah,
It's whatever it's gonna be. I hope that it's gonna be this awesome heaven thing at the end. I'm hoping. I really am.
Yeah.
I hope for the best, but I prepare myself for the worst in every situation. So in my mind, I think to myself, it might just be like turning off the TV.
Right.
You know, but I'm hoping.
And either way, it's fine too. If that's what it is, that's what it is.
Especially if it's that Leaving Neverland thing is on TV.
Yeah, right.
Turn that shit off.
I know.
Back to kid talk.
Yeah,
kid talk.
I apologize.
What was your childhood like?
I don't know. It's a complicated question. It's just I feel like it was like anybody else's. I feel like childhood is just a time, you know, between, you know, this age and this age, and whatever happens to you in that age that forms you is childhood. And so, you know, my childhood was my own, and I can't compare it or explain to you, you know, in your circumstance, your individual circumstances, you know, I you know, because I just feel like there's 7 billion people on this planet, and I feel like, you know, that means there's 7 billion ways to look at childhood. I don't know how to answer it. It was good. It was, you know, maybe in the moment I didn't think, you know, I thought there were some bad things, but now when I look back, it was all good. Yeah. If I rewound it back, I'll take it all over again the way it happened, you know.
Okay.
It's so weird how that can happen, like these moments, these bad moments. And when you're living through them, especially when you're young and you struggle, you're just like, it can be the dumbest thing. It can be a pimple on your nose. Like, this is the worst day of my life. And you're crying and dead. And then you're
it's picture day, goddammit.
And then later you're like, you can literally laugh at that same exact problem and issue that you had in your life. Be like, that was crazy. Yeah. That was an overreaction.
It's like, God damn, I was stupid.
But I mean, you know, we definitely had my bad times. You know, there's things with my parents that, you know, I did. You know, they didn't get along all the time, and you know, but there were some beautiful times too. I mean, there's some actually things that came from struggle that are good. Like when my mom, you know, we had some issues. She separated from my dad, and she, you know, she went to a shelter for a little while, and I'm the oldest of 5, and she left one day. There was a note on the counter, you know. It said, I'm gone or whatever, and because she couldn't take the abuse and the, you know, whatever was going on with my dad, and so, you know, I went and I found her, and I was probably like 12 years old. I think she had somebody sent for me after school, and I went to go be with her because she was out there by herself with her kids. And I remember a story where, you know, at the shelter they would kick you out basically at noon every day because they wanted to, I don't know why, but they kicked you out, and so you had to find a place to be for a couple hours until you came back.
That's usually how shelters work.
Yeah.
Though, right?
Yeah. And so we'd go to the park and we'd play because, you know, that's what we did. And my mom would go to like Circle K or 7-Eleven or whatever it was and get like the little $1 thing of lunch meat and the $1 thing of bread and a 2-liter Coke. And that's how she would feed us. And she would go to the park and sit there watching us play. And we'd come in and we'd be laughing and smiling and eating and stuff. And me being the oldest, I'd play and I was oblivious to it for a while, and I looked back over her and she never ate. Like, she would go 3 days without eating so that we could eat.
Oh, wow.
And so I think there's times today where I use that. I think about that. I'm like, she made that sacrifice because she believed so much in us that we're going to be something someday that we, you know, that I better kick ass. Mm-hmm. You know? So in that's a hard thing and that sucks. But at the same time, it's awesome because it's like my mom believed so much in me and that we're going to make something of our future, you know, that she will make the sacrifice to make sure that we eat, you know, on the little, you know, $3 that she had when she didn't eat.
Right.
You know how hard it is to go 3 days without eating? Like, it's insane, but she did it.
I can barely make it 3 hours.
Yeah, she did it with a smile on her face, you know, for us.
Right.
That's huge, you know, and that makes it so, like, when people say, like, you know, when everything's beating me down and everything's going the wrong way, I just think about things like that, and I'm like, you know what? I need to step up my game. You know?
Right.
Change your attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's huge.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little snippet of my
childhood. Right on.
Childhood in a snippet.
I guess the best thing I can say is I wasn't anywhere near Neverland Ranch.
That's
that's a plus.
Yeah.
I wonder what it'd be like to go there. Do you think they'll like ever?
You wonder about that?
Well, now
like a tour.
Now it'd be fine, but back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was a cute kid.
Yeah. I was a hot kid.
I had blonde hair, blue eyes. My grandma called me Tweety Bird.
Yeah.
I think Michael would have been.
I think Michael would have been your Sylvester.
Yeah.
My Sylvester.
I don't want to know.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Coming way over
He'd
my
have
head.
the feather
whoa.
floating by his mouth. Yikes.
He'd put you in his mouth.
Oh, yikes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait.
You don't know how accurate you are.
Yeah.
How on point
I'd actually
you are to that show.
I'd be kissing his nipples as he masturbated. That'd probably be my thing.
Yikes.
Yeah. There's some traumatic issues behind Nick here.
That was in the movie.
That was the movie.
Yeah. Oh,
we were both traumatized by that movie.
Jesus.
I literally just watched it last night. It's so funny that yeah.
Sorry about bringing that up.
No, you're fine. I have to watch it now.
Yeah, it's
It's bad.
I have to subject myself to this traumatic
I think it's
experience.
good to see because I think it just opens up your mind to how these people think. It just shows you I mean it makes you. I think I hopefully if there's a good thing that comes out of it is it makes parents more protective.
that's the
of their
thing
freaking
too.
kids.
It's like it's not a hollowness, but I think it's that everybody strives to find meaning or some kind of purpose that like when she's like, oh, Michael Jackson's interacting with my kid. He's like, he's a dancer. He's going to make him, you're like, you're getting your little treat too. You're like, I
vicariously living through.
Yeah. And I mean, I can see how that could
Did you say vicariously living?
Vicarious.
Oh, vicarious. I literally thought you said I'm vicariously living through Michael Jackson. No.
That'd be kind of interesting. That'd be
another documentary.
That'd be a weird VR game. VR is taking a weird twist. VR Neverland ran.
Rated E for everyone.
Everyone can play. No, it's like only 10 and younger.
No.
If you want the true experience.
Yeah. Oh no, that's bad.
I know. It wasn't even 24 hours ago. I'm already making jokes about it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
There's something about making jokes. I feel like that's
a coping mechanism.
It is.
Yeah.
It totally is. It's like the saddest people are always the
funniest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I said, I'm just glad that people can see it. But the other thing, everybody's so, scornful of the parents, and I feel like I could see if I put myself in their shoes, I can see how if it's freaking Michael Jackson,
exactly.
Not the sleeping in the bed part, but like you can leave your kids with me. Da 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 da. It's Michael Jackson. Like it's almost like the Bill Cosby thing. Like he's America's dad. Like who doesn't trust Bill Cosby? So you don't think like he's trying to drug your daughter and hook up with her. You think he's gonna have some funny sweater on and tell jokes.
Right.
So there's a trust value. Yeah. So there's a trust value there with it's Michael Jackson. Like what's he gonna do? I mean, early on. Obviously, later on, after the rumors start going around, I'd be like, nope, you come inside.
Yeah. Oh, that is. They would speak out for him. Like no, he's. But I think there's something about like sociopaths. They're master manipulators because he had a relationship with the parents too, which I'm sure they're like. Kathy, I'm hanging out with Michael Jackson later, and like he would have those things where he's like,
Michael's having us over for dinner.
Like, that's a pretty cool flex.
Yeah,
for sure. Because they would go to Neverland and like, this is a fantasy, especially if you're just a middle income, low, it's a vacation.
And you got a cute kid.
and you drive him around. Like he would send a driver for you. Like, what are you gonna do? No, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? Like, so if you put yourself in their shoes, I can kind of see like the ethos that they're in, or they're like,
like what the?
You're like, it's Michael Jackson. What do we do? Say no, and then and also like. He was saying like I'm gonna further because both of those kids they were like dancers and they were trying to like do his moves and whatever. So I mean. He's telling them, he's feeding them the fact that I'm gonna further their career and all this. I mean,
exactly.
What do you shortchange your kid from that? Or that's a huge experience they could have.
It's a huge end, like
yeah. So he's the biggest star in the world at that point.
The one I think the creepiest thing I heard was where do you choose? But when he was talking to his mom or one of the kids' moms, and he's like, I would never hit a kid. Because then he would cry, and I never want to see a kid cry, or something along those lines. Like I would never hurt a kid, because then the kid would cry.
I like the way you did in the Michael Jackson.
And then in the end, I'm so bad at voices. You're good. Let's hear it.
Well, I don't know what to say anymore.
No, you sound like a grandma. Like you just baked me a pie or something.
The pie's in the window.
The pie's ready to go. Tastes like GHB.
Oh,
is it GHB? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we do suck at voices here on Who Do You Think You Are?
That's true. Well, you got anything?
Nothing, man. I think we pretty much covered it all. Not to defend Michael and all, but there's also, like, his upbringing wasn't the best. So, there's, like, some traumatic
and I wonder if he wasn't abused when he was a kid. Because Joe Jackson was an awesome person. Yeah.
That always happens. That's what's so,
like a cycle
so crazy.
Yeah, it's passed down, man.
Because you would think that some suffering from that as a child. Like you would never want to put that pain on somebody,
but that's the comfort. Like, you know,
it's like the school bully. It's like then his parents are probably beating each other because that's where he's learning from. This is where he's learning to express himself.
One of your earliest experiences is that, then what do you know, that's what you think is right. You know? There it is. That's better.
That was better.
Oh, thanks.
But that circling trauma thing. It's so crazy. You're just like.
It's almost like balance. It's almost like you're like the world owes me or something. I think like I'm gonna take because it got taken from me. Or
you're taking the power from somebody else or something. Yeah,
weird justification. So I don't know, but
power trips are a real thing. I guess. I mean, that's the greed and power thing. That's what baby democracy is all about.
That's what you said, though. That's why you said all these people in power. If you're in that position, it's I guess it's like probably, they get drunk on that power and they feel like, why can't I have this? I can.
Do you know who the fuck I am?
And actually, that's what Michael Jackson said or that's what the lady said that he's like, I get whatever I want or whatever. He said like I always get what I want or something. I mean,
right? Yeah, that's. Well, there's a creepy amount of conspiracies. I don't know if you ever get into conspiracies at all, but like politicians,
he's a flat earther.
How they are, how they're like,
Wait, I feel dizzy.
Like kitty diddlers up top, kind of how the church is like they say, like if there's always power, we're seeing the trend. We're seeing it with movie stars, directors, people that have power over people. They go into those
ring,
like all churches, Baptist church, Catholic church. The government, Anthony Weiner, hidden stories, scandals, and you're like, I wonder, they are paying people even more money to keep things, under padlock. But, I mean, human trafficking is the biggest industry right now. It's more than drugs, but you don't hear the war on sex trafficking. You only hear the war on drugs, and it's billions of dollars, I think, a year. It's sickening. I mean, how many people are held in captivity right now? It's
a scary time. And also, what you were saying about the Catholic Church, it's part of the problem is the celibate thing. I mean, what normal human male is gonna not hook up with somebody or want to? Like you're telling all these guys to not have sex, like, I'm sorry. And so they just try to find a loophole. Well, I'm not going to have sex with a woman, but here's this guy, this little boy over here.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. I think that's what that's how they justify it,
I think there's some of that, then I think there's also some that sometimes they say maybe they're homosexuals already, and they're afraid because they don't want to come out as that way. And then if they're celibate, they don't have to have sex with a woman or anything, so they can hang out and this stuff. I remember hearing something, I was like, oh, that's... It's like,
I'm sure there's different, with the thousands of priests there have been or whatever, I'm sure they all had their different, justifications or whatever, and I think that it just sets it up for them to be doing what they're doing. I just think the system is wrong. However they set up their system, it's set up for failure,
Yeah.
You think you should give them like flashlights? When they go into priesthood.
It's a great idea, like a cross. It'd be a cross with the flashlight.
Right.
Oh no.
Double, so you can put it on your nightstand. So it's like, oh, that's my cross. That's really nice.
It's a decorative piece.
And then one day your wife picks it up to wash and
well, they don't have wives, bro.
Just drips all over. She's like, hey.
That is his wife. Is what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. I see.
Oh, right. That's smart.
I haven't cleaned this thing.
That's a really good idea.
I mean, I'm trying to find a solution here.
We've put some. Was the last episode or the other episode? We were coming up with some business ideas. I think that's probably one of our best ones. Who
probably,
do you think
you probably sell out. To be honest.
Cross fleshlight.
Apparently, there's a big market for something up there.
Yeah, I don't think they get the same treat though from it. I don't know.
It's that sinister.
Who knows what it is? It's just crazy that it's like this trend that happens with people that have a lot of power. It's something it almost seems like it's weirdly in the DNA.
And I was thinking about it actually, the other day I was thinking about how it's almost like, because like I said, I always think in balance, but it's almost like the best people are behind the scenes are the worst.
Oh yeah.
Like that, like if you have somebody who's like, a criminal, probably Al Capone probably wasn't that bad of a guy, like in the, behind the scenes. You just, but what these Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson, the people that you trust, and the priest guys behind the scenes, like publicly, they're amazing.
Well, a lot of those mobsters, go ahead.
Which means that they're probably like horrible. It sucks to say, but this guy, like you meet him and you shake his hand, he's like the nicest guy. he probably has the freaking,
That's true.
Some skeletons in that closet.
They're
man,
literal
for sure.
skeletons in the closet, yeah.
Well, some of these mobsters and gangsters and all that, they were adored and loved on by the community because they did give so much back.
true.
And they were so outwardly evil, but behind closed doors, they're probably decent human beings.
Yeah.
They're
That's the weird way
It's
that
the
it seems to
opposite,
work.
yeah.
Yeah. Just don't cross them.
Oh, I see what you did.
You don't want to cross them because
Yeah.
then those mobsters turn
Yeah.
mean real quick. You're like, well, that was wow.
Yeah.
So let's say like a mobster kills somebody, and then he's like, "Hey, would you eat human? Would you ever do that? Would you not a mobster? Would you ever eat human flesh?" There's an article.
I thought you were saying would a mobster say that, and then you looked.
I know.
Deep
Then
in
I was
my eyes when you
like,
said that.
this is a really weird scenario. I'm creating a scenario inside
It's weird
of a
when it
scenario.
looks deep in your
Yeah, he
eyes,
just
right?
Would you? Would you eat human flesh?
Well, hold on. Let's
Absolutely
stumble
not.
about this.
Yeah, I know, I
we
kinda
stumbled
jumped
on this
into it.
article, and his friend, this person got his leg amputated because he was in a car accident, and so he invited his friends over and cooked his leg up, or like human meat.
He was a
So-
chef, and he was like, I'm gonna have my
Why
friends
not? We
sign
made
this
some
thing.
tacos. And
See what
I
it's
don't want
like.
anything to go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Would you try it?
No.
Would you try
No?
human meat?
I could see like a Donner Party situation where we're trapped in
Right.
ice or whatever. I can see that.
It's even
But,
refrigerated
I
at
get
a
it.
Donner Party.
I get it, but no. In a normal situation, why would anybody ever? I don't get it.
Let's see what it tastes like. Is there food like?
So what you're saying is this interview is over.
Yeah.
I am. I'm out of here.
Would you? Are you like a picky eater? Like, is there any food that like disgusts you?
The only things I don't like are mushrooms and olives.
Okay.
I think everything else is well. I'm not a huge lobster and shrimp guy either because I just don't like things that look like spiders. But no, I pretty much eat everything.
Gotcha. Me too.
Yeah, I like
I ate
trying
everything. Yeah. I ate. I think the weirdest thing I ate was jellyfish tentacles.
Oh.
That was really interesting, and they were cold.
It didn't doesn't have sting. They take the is there a stinger or like what?
I think no. I think
I mean, obviously you're still here. And you're
Right.
Or was it Wednesday? Was it Wednesday when this happened?
no.
They extract that and then they put it into warheads. The shocker part. That's how they get it in candy.
Did you just make another business opportunity like
I'm just saying that's how they make
gotcha.
spice or
Yeah,
electric candy.
electric candy?
Anyways,
No, that was
jellyfish noodles. What did they do?
They look like noodles.
It's kind of smart.
Did
That's
you eat
cool.
them like that? Chopsticks and everything?
It was like a urine
Ramen.
demi-glace or something like that. Since you're supposed to pee if you get stung, maybe that's how it interacted.
Was R. Kelly sitting next to you?
Yeah, he's like, would you like some?
Do you want the special sauce on it, or do you just want them plain? No, we were at Mekong, and it was Chinese New Year's, and there was this big feast of seafood.
That's interesting. Jellyfish. I never even thought of that as a cuisine.
Have you done any world traveling?
Absolutely not. Like literally the past 6 years, the first 3 years at the stand, I worked from 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. every single day for 3 years straight, no days off. So 20 hours a day. So basically, my world traveling was in a little 1,100 square foot building.
That's crazy.
So no, and then the past 3 years since then, I've just been working on the grandstand in Scottsdale, and we closed that. But so now we're just kind of focusing on the stand again. So I'm hoping one day I can receive a paycheck and actually do something.
Go out somewhere. Where do you dream of going anywhere? Is there a spot that you like? I want to check out.
I've always liked like Ireland, New Zealand. Like green places like that. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I want to travel. I haven't done it at all. My sister's a big traveler, and she always talks about it. I'm like, oh, well,
I've been to Mexico.
good for you. Been to Canada. That was dope.
Yeah, one of these days we'll see.
Yeah.
Been to Mexico. I mean, who hasn't though in Arizona?
I haven't.
Right.
I haven't gone.
I apologize.
Well, I don't know, like with your complexion, I don't know if they'd let you back in.
That's true.
It's
true.
you gotta
I'd be
careful.
handing out build the wall flyers and stuff.
With a MAGA hat.
Exactly.
Yeah, nah, I don't
It's like, who's this guy over here?
No. Yeah.
Like, hola, ¿cómo estás?
They'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? Why are you doing this?
It's like, mommy's way.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Any last words you want to Tell our
Just like
listeners.
my execution.
How about like
Last person.
how about,
Before
like,
we eat you in the kitchen,
business?
we eat human
Business.
flesh.
It's just your leg, bro.
Oh,
It's just a
sorry.
leg.
Come on.
Yeah.
And it's not even the whole leg. We're just going to shave
No.
part of your calf off.
Oh my god.
Well, like business advice for someone who wants to start a business.
You just have to know that you're gonna make mistakes, and you have to just try your best to do as much reading and research as you can about the pitfalls and the laws and everything, because you learn lessons the hard way, and like I always tell Ava, and we always say, college costs money. So every mistake we make, especially in business, it's going to cost you. You can't just make a mistake. Like you can't just if you're an employee at a job and you break something, like I broke this. Here you go, boss. You fix it. Like I have to pay for. I just paid for that. Now I have to pay for it again. Like
Right.
So college costs money. So anything you learn is going to cost you. So the more learning you can do before you open the business, the better off you're going to be. That's what I would
School
say.
of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Boom.
It cost.
Well, man, we really appreciate you coming on here. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, sure. It
Yeah,
is
thanks
fun.
for coming on.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Everybody-
gone to the stand, go to the
Go check it
stand.
out. 32nd.
36th Street in School.
36th.
Delicious burgers, tacos, fries, milkshakes.
Yeah.
Can anybody find you in social media?
Oh yeah, we have the
You said you do
Instagram.
booking events
Yeah.
with your food truck and all that. Is there like a website or?
Yeah, if you follow us on Instagram, it's the stand AZ is the Instagram, and then we also have the stand underscore stand underscore food truck on the Instagram too.
Right on.
And then if for booking food truck events, we do it's the stand office at gmail.com.
All right.
And you just email us, we'll get back to you, and we do anywhere from 50 people to 400 people, so we can do it all. So it's really
Awesome. You heard it here, folks.
You sure
Right
did.
from the source.
We'll see you next week, unless Pedro has the morning sickness again.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Kudo syndrome.
What is it?
Kudo.
Qdoba syndrome.
Sure.
cool. Yeah.
We love you.
Bye.